everybody, to this episode of Breaking Faeries. I am Fox, your host. And on this channel, we are going to be breaking the many different ideas people have about the fair folk. I refer to that as the Tinkerbell myth, but you can refer to that as anything you want. In this one, we will be talking about the more traditional myths of fairies, sometimes known as the Sidhe, S-I-D-H-E, Sidhe, in Ireland. In this video, I will be referencing the 25th anniversary edition of Fairies by Brian Froud and Alan Lee. I do not have the book with me. If I did have the book with me, I'd be showing it right now. But I left that at school because I'm an idiot. Yay. Anywho, I've read through this book many different times. Like, people at school can probably vouch for me. They've seen me with it. I talk about it. And I'm always amazed at how close the beliefs align. Mine is like this, and theirs is like that. Very parallel, but also not quite meeting. They don't just believe that they war with humans, fight, argue, steal, kidnap. No, they look at the mischief these people cause. And in this book, it has a note on the word fairy, spelled F-A-E-R-I-E. I believe I also put it in the title. And it explains the many different spellings used to describe the fair folk, such as fairy, which is spelled F-A-Y-E-R-Y-E. Very interesting. It's actually one of my favorite spellings. It's kind of pretty. It also has a note on terminology. They tell us that the name of this specific land is called Fairy. Not truly Fairyland, or the Feylands, as I like to say, but Fairy. It also is said to mark the creatures within it, which would in fact be the fairies. As it says in the foreword, the world of once upon a time, delightful as it is and highly as we value it, is not the real world of fairy. And that is a direct quote. I could not agree more. It makes absolutely no sense. Why would fairies be once upon a time? If you really look at it, their history is quite evil. They're very layered. They aren't just these shallow 2D Tinkerbell figures, no. As it says, Ian Ballantyne is a pioneer paperback publisher in America, and he developed many different books, such as Fairies by Brian Froud and Alan Lee. And, sorry, I have a cold, so after the lighthearted release of Gnomes did so well, honestly, he requested that they create a book about fairies. Of course, he fell into the trap that so many fall into. And in their words, literally quoted from the book, he believed that fairies are flummy and sweet, all gospel and tinsel. That's a great description of the Tinkerbell myth, if you really think about it. They didn't call it that, obviously. I only call it that. I think. Possibly you guys too, but hey. My own definition is literally just like fairies who are tiny little creatures who eat cupcakes and are friends of humans and play with glitter. That is literally my description of the Tinkerbell myth. And so to me, both definitions are extremely close, and it's all because Disney turned fairies into something kid-friendly. Are they kid-friendly? No. In fact, one of the most famous fairy tales include changelings. Changelings are created when a fairy goes to the human world, to a human house with a sick fairy child. Poor fairy children. In exchange the child with another sometimes, most of the time actually, it's golden-haired. Specifics, guys, specifics. And perform a swap. That is how it is stated in the book. Not directly, of course, I kind of paraphrased, but as for older humans, because I'm sure you're thinking, oh hey, I'm older, there's absolutely no way I could get taken. You are wrong. There are many different ways one can be caught. They can perform an extremely hard changeling swap, or they can lure them to beautiful rings and dances called fairy rings. You may have heard me talking about that, if you know me personally. A lot of my friends hear me talking about fairy rings because I feel like they're dangerous, obviously. Like, if you wear mushrooms in a circle, the sound of entrancing, beautiful singing. Although, if you hear that, you're probably not going to leave there either alive or free. People who enter these rings never come out again, unless they do. But if they do, then it wouldn't be never come out again, it would be ever come out again. So don't enter them. Unless you want to be a fairy slave for all eternity. Do not eat nor drink anything a fairy offers you. This is also stated in the book. Their food and drink is also incredibly dangerous for a human to drink or eat. Much like the fairy rings, this can cause you to be claimed, and you may forget everything. My sibling came in to ask me a question. So basically, you can forget everything. You can get pulled into their world and become a human slave. Or you could become a human pet, which also is not fun, unless your mind jingled and everything, and it is fun for you. And so basically, I have literally one thing for you to take from this video. If a stranger, or somebody strange, ever asks you for your name and phrases it like you are physically handing it to them, for instance, may I have your name, or can you give me your name, or any other way, why? Tell them a nickname, but don't you ever tell them your real name, because that gives them power over you. That I might discuss in a future video if you're curious. Please comment that down below. So this has been Breaking Faeries, a traditional look on fairies. I said fairies too many times in this video, but hey, it's a fairy video, so what did you expect? And I must say, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. It's 3 things. I'm sure you guys can do it. Like my nails, they're blue and purple. Yeah. This has been Foxling Emeralda, the host of Breaking Faeries. Thank you. And I will be seeing you next week with another video. Also, I have a quick side note. I made a blog, believe it or not. And you can find the blog at, one second, I must pull up the URL on my phone. I'm gonna just bring it up and hope it doesn't take too long. I must pause the video while I find it quick. Oh, wait, never mind, I found it. So it can be found at www.breakingfaeries.family.blog. And I think that should bring you to it. I'm not completely sure, but I think that should bring you to it. If you want, I can post the link down in the comments below, as long as I remember it. Thank you for watching. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions or tales you want me to discuss on here, I am all ears and ready for ideas, because this notebook is now dedicated to the blog and the YouTube channel. It's my Breaking Faeries notebook, guys. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.